CM 365, all about Carnatic music.
Yesterday, while walking in the park, I observed a few things and I thought I'll share that with you. Generally, we go to the park to actually walk and keep ourselves healthy. But I also, sensed how people had different purposes even to go to the park. For example, I could see a few obese people walking in front of me. So obviously their aim was to lose weight. I also could see a few men playing tennis in one corner of the park. So the sports activity is another reason for them to visit the park. On the other end, this is a fairly big park that I go to. On the other end, I could see a teacher teaching small children Tai Chi. So self-defense was another reason where the children actually came to the park to learn this. And in front of me was also a middle-aged man, he was walking slowly, limping actually. I suppose he had fractured his leg or hurt his leg and was recovering. And probably the doctor told him that walking was one of the best therapy in terms of recovery. So he was also going there. Then I could also see regularly, in fact, I see these two ladies who keep walking there, and rather I would say they do more of talking than walking, catching up on all their family matters, talking about their own problems at home and other things. So the park actually becomes a place for them to share their own family matters actually. Then I could also see that at one corner somebody was doing yoga, at the other somebody else was doing exercises. There's also place for children to play actually. The swing and other things are there. So in one corner the children were playing. And then also I could see that there was another old man, he was walking slowly, and behind him he had an assistant following with a bag containing coffee, water and other things. So after just one round he would sit and then have his cup of coffee there. I could also see another person sitting in another bench there reading the newspaper quietly. Probably he felt that this was the ideal place for him to sit and concentrate on his reading. I could also see another student there, trying to catch up on his studies. He was trying to study there. Probably his house situation was such that he didn't have much space to sit and study concentrated at home, so that was a place. I could also see somebody waiting for a friend or somebody, they were actually sitting and looking out for somebody to come. So like this, we see that even one particular place like the park actually has got so many reasons for people to visit. I was trying to compare this also with our own music, where when we start learning music, actually we do not have any clue about why we are learning music at all. It is something which we all, keep doing it as a matter of fact. Sometimes our parents put us into it. Mostly that's how it happens, where the parents put us, because we are too small to even realize what music is all about. So our parents put us into this some particular class and we go there. So at that time there is nothing in front of us in terms of a goal of learning music or something like that. And we just learn music for the joy of it, for the fun of it. But after a few years of learning, we see that music is not just about performance. There are so many reasons for people to learn music. So I thought I will share that in comparison to what I said earlier here now. Some of them, after learning music, when they are not able to get proper performance opportunity, or even by choice, they become teachers because some people really love teaching and sharing their knowledge. Then some of them, as an extension of teaching, become lecturers or professors in colleges. Sometimes we see that this kind of learning in a group instills a sense of unity, a sense of happiness, a joy in singing also. Then we also see that many musicians have streamed out as composers, collaborators. They have created fusion music. They have also done a lot of music for dance productions, and some of them even have done music for dramas, movies and so on. Then we also see that apart from this, it's very interesting, I got one person who wanted to learn from me. So she was fairly in her 25-30-year-old person. Then I asked her, now you want to start learning music, where do you want to proceed from here further? She said, I don't want to proceed anywhere. I want to learn music just to be able to sit in my puja room and sing to God. So this was a very unique way of thinking about music. A step further, I would say, I just came to know about a group of about 30-40 ladies who visited the Udupi temple to sing the Ashtapadis there. So as a performer, immediately my question to them when I came to know that they are going to go on a trip there all the way, they are staying somewhere in Mumbai. So it was a long trip fairly and it required a lot of planning also. So I asked, is the temple authority, did they give you any chance for performance? Do you have a program there? So they said, no, there is no program there. The God, Krishna, is there to listen to us. And we feel that it is a blessing to be able to go to the temple and sit there and sing. So there is no question of any audience there. They are the singers, they are the audience, or rather I would say that the God becomes the supreme audience for them. So thus we see that music actually is not just about performance. So we can also make music a part of life in many ways, and that's what I wanted to share with you here, that everybody who learns music need not become a great performer or anything like that. The music as a art form, it can bring in happiness and joy to us in so many different ways. And each one of us have our own perspective towards looking at music. That's also very interesting, because as a performer, always I keep thinking about, probably any performer for that matter would think about where next, where do I perform next, which hall do I go to, or which sabha do I perform. So our updation of knowledge also becomes, kind of channelized or guided by this kind of performance quotient. But there are so many others who learn music, who try to, get many things in music just for the sheer joy of knowledge. In fact, in my own case, I would like to wind up by saying that I did start learning music just like that. Then I wanted to become a performer. But again, becoming a performer had many challenges, to be honest, in terms of traveling and other things, which I had my own limitations. So then I also took up to other multiple, facets of music like musicology. Then I also went into journalism. Then I wanted to share my knowledge, and so I started my music appreciation program. Like this, each one of us have our own ways and own joys, I would say, in terms of how we look at music, how we actually embrace music to become a part of life. So finally, what I wanted to convey is that we may have actually many reasons to make music a part of our life beyond performance, because of the fact that music can bring joy to us in many, many ways.
CM 365, all about Carnatic music.